Gonna get to work, have a little fun, get a different job, gonna try another one. I'm gonna get to work, have a little fun, get a different job, gonna try another one. I'm gonna get to work, have a little fun. Come on everybody, let's get to work. Tonight on It's a Living, a funny thing happens on the way to the Improv Club. I'm going to work with Canadian comic Colin Mochrie. He's got a regular gig on the hit shows Whose Line Is It Anyway?
You're like your college girls going wild at a Mardi Gras.
And this hour is 22 minutes.
The Senate needs Pamela Anderson.
Mr. Peter Jordan.
But I just improvised.
Are you Mickey Mouse?
And the gloves are off when we find out about the art of the goalie mask. Everybody, let's get to work.
And now, two-time Gemini Award winner, the hardest working man in the TV business today, Peter Jordan.
This is the set of Whose Line Is It Anyway, the world-famous improv show. Now, the job of a comic in improv is to be funny, but there's no rehearsal, there's no script. And one of the world's best is Colin Mochrie from Canada, of course. He's in high demand from here in Los Angeles to here in Halifax. You talk about a commute. This is the set of one of Canada's favorite comedy shows. This hour is 22 minutes. Colin just landed a big job here. More on that in a second. We're going to start our workday back in Los Angeles. Oh, Rodeo Drive. I think it costs money just to walk down this street.
I don't really fit here.
No?
A lot of times I feel like Jethro.
I've come to LA to learn the art of improv from one of the most recognized people in the business.
The guy from whose line it is.
Whose line is it anyway?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? On tonight's show, sure hope he has money, Colin Mochrie.
Why don't you do it like your college girls going wild at a Mardi Gras?
Colin Mochrie started his improv career over 20 years ago in Vancouver. He starred in the British version of Whose Line Is It Anyway before it was exported to the United States. Now he's got to be the busiest actor in Canada. He has roles on 2 Canadian comedy shows.
For a man to prove his mettle.
He's Lieutenant Entwistle on Blackfly.
Harriet, you go. No, you go. No, you with Trinity.
The time has come to scrap
And he's
the loot.
landed Canada's most coveted comedy role on This Hour is 22 Minutes.
No, it means we should abandon money altogether and move to a system of livestock-based bartering.
And just to keep busy, he does commercials and cartoons, but improv is his bread and butter.
So what exactly is improv, Colin?
Improv is basically working without a script. You get a suggestion from the audience, and using that suggestion, you build a scene with your fellow improvisers.
Contestant number 2, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Peter Graves. I'm host of A&E's Biography. This week, cement.
So all you do is ask questions. So
My first lesson is an improv game where you're supposed to be funny, but you can only ask questions.
We don't know until we stand on stage, somebody yells laundromat, and then you have to go start asking questions.
That's it.
Man, you've got a hard job.
Well, as jobs go, it's fine.
Should we get the producer to yell the situation or something?
All
Is
right.
that how it works?
Sure. Can we have a location where 2 people would meet?
A deli.
A deli.
A deli. How are you today?
You're asking me?
Well, see that? How was that? I got one question.
You got a question. That's good.
Okay.
Always try to get the first one out.
Okay.
Because
Well, that was good. See,
that gives you a chance to think of the next one.
Well, can we try another one then?
Yeah, let's
All
try
right.
another one. I think you're getting it.
Mr. Producer?
The liquor store.
The liquor store.
Liquor store. Okay. May I help you?
Do you have any red wine?
What kind of red wine were you thinking of?
Do you have anything Australian?
Now, why would you be interested in Australian when you're an American citizen?
Don't you know?
No, but I, don't you
But
know?
see, you started building. You
I did. I got to 3.
There.
I got to 3. If I could get up to 3 tonight, I'd actually be pretty happy.
Yeah. Okay.
And is it?
Set that as your goal.
So this is the world famous LA Improv. A lot of famous comedians been here. Jay Leno, Robin Williams. It's a place where young comedians come out and test out their wares. And
I'm going to test out my wares when I join the cast of Whose Line on stage at the Improv.
yes, this is Peter. Peter is joining us tonight. He's a Canadian.
Hey, have fun up there, relax, and stay out of my way, all right?
No problem there.
Boy, they're really nice to you.
Every week before taping their TV show, Drew Carey and the cast warm up at the Improv Club.
So listen, if you've never been here on Thursdays before, it's really fun. We're going to do live improv for you. We're going to make up...
Oh man, look at all these people who've played here.
And you know what? None of them have gotten past 3 questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is your chance.
Pleased to hear that.
Are you happy?
Why are you asking me that?
Good.
Please welcome to the stage the host of It's a Living, Mr. Peter Jordan. Peter, come on up here. Colin Mochrie! And Ryan Disneyland is a specific place for them to be. Disneyland.
Is that your vomit? Don't you know that's Disneyland souvenir vomit?
Did you eat a churro?
Why do you ask?
Have you ever eaten a churro and gone on the teacups?
Who hasn't?
Didn't I see you there yesterday?
Why? Whoa! Why who?
Aren't you Mickey Mouse?
First time at Disneyland?
Why do you ask?
Could I ask you to put some clothes on?
You don't like me like this?
Is that a Disney thong?
Oh, well, not too bad. At least I got to 3, which is more than Seinfeld did. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Next day, time to get down to some serious funny business. We're off to the taping of Whose Line Is It Anyway, a show that almost didn't make it in North America.
They wanted an MTV VJ to host it and young, good-looking improvisers. There's no such thing. And thankfully, the producer stood his ground and said, you know, it works the way it is with these guys.
So cool being here with around all the big studios, Warner Brothers and Paramount.
Yeah, no matter how often I go into a big studio, it's always exciting. I feel like I'm walking where Bogey walked.
Yeah.
Although he walked quite differently from me.
Before Colin gets to work, he gives me a quick tour of the essential ingredients of a successful improv show.
This is nice little snacks. There's little breaks during the show, so we come back and have some chicken wings. Drew Carey, how are you?
Hi, Drew. Nice to see
I'm
you
one
again.
of
Are they
your
interviewing you for that
co-stars.
show?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
How are you? You look good. This is something they have in Hollywood everywhere. Even though there's a show happening like 10 feet away, there's monitors everywhere so you can sit down and watch it on television.
Well, people are already gathering.
People are gathering.
That means it's time for Colin to get into makeup.
Maybe I'll be taking literally minutes off. Thank you. That's well. You know, I can't look too good because it's comedy.
Right. Each taping lasts 4 solid hours. In comedy terms, that's a pressure-filled double shift.
Aren't you tired of being that? I mean, that looks pretty physical. Some of the older guys get tired, but I'm actually 25. It's a grueling business.
Here we go, right before the show. It's the easiest show in the world to do. There's nothing to do. It's easier than your show.
No script, no rehearsal, but it's time to get to work.
Well, congratulations. You've all been elected to the Hall of Fame at Cracker Town. That's right. Oh, no. Put the finger away.
The audience is actually very supportive because they know that you're making things up. There's more of a, come on, do it.
Okay.
Of course, they'll turn on you really quickly. But for a little while, they're with you.
When we come back,
Got my Canadian gear on now.
we go to work with Colin on the other coast in Halifax. It's a behind-the-scenes look at Canada's funniest newscast.
The young people have got it right. The Senate needs Pamela Anderson.
And I get my shot at the 22 Minutes news desk.
According to a recent joint communique from Health... Oh, and it goes.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, no, there's nothing down here. There's no pedals or anything. They're doing it up in
foot pedal or
the booth.
something.
No.